unfortunately, maybe we still can't be people without borders, but at least we're life without borders. Hello? Because that's the way life happens. The only way we can see the continuum of life process is that it has to be addressed globally. But when we say globally, there is no such authority to make a global policy because pieces of geography are held by nations. I'm glad to know that tomorrow there is a soil policy, or what's it called? Climate policy coming up, which includes soil, I believe. Yes. No, because I'm asking this question, because in major conferences in the world, which hold many nations or almost all the nations arrive and they talk for weeks and weeks, the word soil is not mentioned. This is the reason why Save Soil movement is very important. I'm asking you, you've heard of climate change, you heard of global warming, you have heard about fossil fuel burning, this, that. But have you heard people talking about soil with the same? It's not happened simply because if you knock on the oil industry, it'll spill dollars. If you knock on the automobile industry, it'll spill dollars. If you knock on coal industry, it'll spill dollars. If you try to knock the farmer, you will get hit. So nobody. So this is not about farmer has to make the change right now. It is not that we are expecting him to do it. It is important there is a policy where enshrining soil as an important living entity in our nations is most vital. Why the soil policies are most important is, see, today I just went to Jaffa today morning. The old cities of every nation or every city has an old part, generally the more ancient cities have older parts. If you go to these parts, you will see homes are built in such a way where there is no concept of a window, wall to wall, wall to wall. Yes or no? In almost every city. But in the newer part of the city, you cannot build like that because there are urban laws. If you have 10,000 square feet of land, you can't build a 10,000 square feet of building. There is some law, maybe depending on each city, 6,000, 7,000 you can build, you can't build the whole space. If you build more, they will come and demolish it. But till now, in most nations or almost all nations in the world, if you have 100 acres of land, you can plow every inch of it. And in 10–15 years' time, turn it into a desert. Nobody will ask you, why have you done this? So we need laws to say that if you own agricultural land, minimum 3 to 6% organic content must be there. Because that minimum is needed to keep the microorganisms alive. We're only thinking of soil as a resource. This is tragic. This is most, for me it is so unaesthetic. I'm saying, we are all fed up on our mother's breast. Do we call her a resource or is she the source of our life? Hello? So soil is the source of our life. It is not a resource for you to use and finish it off. And soil is not our property. It's a legacy that's come to us from generations. It's extremely important. We pass it on that way to future generations. Right now, that is in danger, and UNFAO is saying that the food that we eat today, I want you to be conscious of this, not to make you feel guilty, but it's very important we are conscious of it. The food that we eat today is not even the food that belongs to this little child. It is the food that belongs to the unborn child. An unborn child means the most defenseless life. Hello? An unborn child is the most defenseless life. Eating up the food of that unborn child. Are we that kind of people? Hello?
No.
Are we that kind of people? But right now that is a fact. We are eating up the food of the unborn child, and it can be fixed in the next 10, 15 years' time. What should I do? What should I do? Roll up my sleeves. No, that's not the point. When you live in a democratic country, you have a vote, that's your business, I leave it to you, but you have a voice. Your voice is most important. I want 3 to 4 billion voices to speak about soil, not about me, not about this moment. Talk about soil for the next few days. Hello? Well, Israel claims it's very high-tech, all of you. You have a smartphone or a dumb phone? Smartphone. See, normally, you call somebody smart only when they're smarter than you. Hello? Anyway, you have a smartphone for a companion. If you want to send a few silly messages to somebody, do that. I'm not against it, but you need to understand this instrument is a powerhouse. If you are committed, if you know what to do, if you are committed to create what you want in this world, you alone, I'm saying a single person, you can reach 3 to 4 billion people. It may take a little time. But there's many of you. Hello? If you make up your mind, spend just 15 to 20 minutes a day. The people who are in this hall can reach 3 to 4 billion people in the next 30 days. Possible or not? You shouldn't use your hands like this, you must… Yes.
Hashtag Save Soil.
Yeah.
Do whatever. Okay? Go do a jig on the street, do whatever you want to do. But I'm saying, this is our time. This is our time on the planet. What we want must happen, isn't it? Because our time on this planet is brief, very brief, unless you're very miserable. And it's because, see, on a certain day you're very joyful, 24 hours, poof, went away like a moment, isn't it? Another day, a little like that, 24 hours feels like many, many years. So if you're joyful, your life will get over like that. Only miserable people can have a long life. Hello? This is the problem with joy, it gets over too soon. Misery lasts always. So, this is our time on the planet. You know this chant, what I did in the beginning, was it Hebrew? No, it didn't sound like that. You didn't understand. So let me tell you what it means. It simply means this, that our life is just a combination of time, a certain amount of time, and a certain amount of energy. That's all it is. As we're sitting here, time is rolling away. Hello? Just tick, tick, tick. You know those girls who are doing? Huh? Time is rolling away. It is not the clock which is ticking. It's our life ticking away. Hello?
Yeah.
Since you came and sat here, you're about an hour and a half closer to the grave. Yes, you are. You do some yoga, you can push it a little bit, but you cannot avoid it. I have some secrets from my great-grandmother. So time is not in our control, it just rolls away for all of us. But how we manage our life energies is in our hands. If you raise your life energies to a certain level of intensity, what somebody does in 10 years, you can do in 1 year. So if both of you live for 100 years, in terms of impact, it feels like you lived for 1,000 years. This is something a human being can do. You can't roll back time. Did you ever? Yesterday got wasted, so you rolled it back and lived it again? No such thing. I have been petitioning, 24 hours are never enough for me. I have been petitioning for at least 3 to 4 hours extra. Dumb silence. No response. I deserve 4 hours extra, hello? But no response. So time is ruthlessly democratic. No matter who the hell you are, it's rolling away, rolling away, rolling away. Yes or no?
Yes.
If you want to ride this time well, if you want to ride the cycle of time really well, it's extremely important that you take charge of your life energies and manage it the way you want. If you do that, you can definitely ensure the pleasantness of your experience, the profoundness of your experience, and the impactfulness of your activity. Because this is all you have in your life. If you sit here, you can have a pleasant experience to start with, then you can make it very profound experience to be here. And activity-wise, you can make yourself impactful. Activity is only meaningful if it's impactful, otherwise what's the point of activity? Hello? Whatever we may do. And life, we may think we are seeking many things. Well, you may seek education, you may seek love, you may seek marriage, you may seek children, you may seek wealth, fame, but essentially, you are seeking pleasantness of experience. Hello?
Yes.
Somebody will say it is not at all possible here, only in heaven it is possible. All the best. Because I have people like this around me also, and they come to me and say, we are a volunteer organization. Over 5,600 full-time volunteers, over 17 million part-time volunteers. Today I am adding 3,400 more. And people are saying, oh, Sadhguru, he is so horrible, I can't work with him, she is impossible, I can't work with her. I say, see, in this world, there are only such people. This kind of horrible person, that kind of horrible person, that kind of horrible person, all horrible people. But if you know what you're doing is very significant, learn to work with these horrible people. But if you want to work with perfect people, you must go to heaven and today.